Every year, a new freshman class enters Colgate and splits off into the 6 different freshman dormitories. While none of these is identical to the next, Stillman Hall is perhaps the most different. Ask any Stillman resident and he or she will say the same thing, that Stillman is terrible, that you never meet anyone else in your dormitory. While the other 5 dorms have long, horizontal hallways, Stillman is divided into 3 sections called entryways, with just a few rooms on each floor. Unlike normal dorms where students can meet almost everyone on their floor, Stillman residents don't really see each other. This system is popular in Old English universities and Ivy League schools as a way to keep student study and living spaces more quiet, private, and manageable. But even Harvard is proposing changes to bring about more horizontal floors to its entryway-dominated campus in order to promote community ties. So why is Stillman like this? Stillman Hall was built in 1927 under President George B. Cutten and opened in September of that year. Its name comes from Edward Stillman, Colgate class of 1859, whose son-in-law, Thomas Harkness, donated the money for its construction. The architect was Walter B. Chambers. While maintaining a similar outward appearance to its slightly larger neighbor, the other dorm built in the Cutten era, Andrews, Stillman remains the only dormitory divided. As it turns out, Andrews is different for one reason. Different masterminds built it. Cutten wasn't president at the time of Andrews' conception. A different architect was used, and the man who handled most of the planning was a man named Colonel Ballantyne, supervisor of buildings and grounds at Colgate. Stillman Hall, on the other hand, was all Cutten. He communicated one-on-one with the architect Walter Chambers and the construction company, Northeastern Construction, as well as the donor, Thomas Harkness. All 3 of these men had one thing in common that made Stillman the dorm it is: a connection to Yale University. Cutten and Harkness were classmates there, experiencing the entryway system firsthand. As for Chambers, he had recently constructed several of the buildings at Yale University on the old campus, Bingham Hall and McClellan Hall. They were freshman dorms with entryway systems. He directly used McClellan Hall as an example for Cutten in their correspondence over the building of the dormitory. Chambers also attended Yale University as an undergraduate. These 3 men took the ideas that they had seen at Yale and tried to implement them at Colgate. It might have been successful if and only if other dorms had it too, but to this day, Stillman remains the only one.